Neil Lennon was a great manager. He really got your team in the mood and wanting to play for him. Growing up in Finland, ice hockey was the main sport. But I never played that. I went with footy. I never had any other hobbies. I got the call, Celtic want you. And I knew Celtic were a top team. I thought it would be much easier than it was. It was quicker than I thought. When you got the ball, there was always a defender at you. When I do defensive work, well, it always helps my offensive game. Klaus-Jan Huntelaar is one of the best goal scorers in the world, and even watching him in training and in games, you can learn from him. I'm not the type who gets stressed about something. If I see someone that's too arrogant, that's not how I was raised. I had 4 seasons with Brøndby in Denmark, and they were crucial, mentally. The first 2 seasons there, I score 9 goals, then 9 goals. Then we get a new coach, Alexander Zorniger, a German guy. The next 2 seasons, I score 20, then 17. It is hard when you think you can do better, but things just aren't working out. If I have a bad game, I go home and see my daughter, and I don't think about the bad game anymore. A lot of Finnish people are laid back and quiet, and that's how I am. I've never seen any reason to change myself. As a young guy, I was really shy, more shy than I am now. To live abroad, you have to grow up quickly. Physically, I was not strong enough to play at Celtic, and I know myself it was not my best time as a football player, for sure. Both of my parents sacrificed a lot. My dad, Tero, would drive me to training every single day. My mum, Taija, came to Sevilla to help me. She did everything for me. It was such a big place to go at 17. Even if you can speak English, it doesn't matter there. It was all Spanish. They don't do English. Since I was a young boy, it was about playing football, always as a striker, never another position. My favorite team was always Barcelona. When I was young, I went to see them, my first ever big game. Jari Litmanen was playing there at the time. In Finland, Litmanen is a big hero for all of us. Those years in Denmark changed my game and how I played football. I got used to the physical play in Scotland, and it taught me about some stuff, for sure. I haven't made any targets of how many goals I want to score, because I just want to help the team. Scottish football doesn't suit me perfectly, how I want to play football. I always try not to read anything of people talking about me. But of course you can still feel pressure at the stadium during the games if you don't play well. I have great memories of playing in the Champions League at Celtic Park. That was something I will never forget. And of course we won a championship, and that's something no one can take away from me. It's not easy to be a footballer. A lot of my family follow Liverpool, including my dad Tero and my uncle. In Finland, I would say Liverpool is the biggest team. It started in the 1980s with the games on the TV. And then obviously they have had 2 Finland legends in Jari Litmanen and Sami Hypia. I will always keep my feet on the ground. When I was a little boy, my dream was to play in Spanish football, which I've done, and then it was the Premier League, so it's all worked out okay. When I moved to Schalke, it took me a few months to settle. Football is getting bigger, but ice hockey is still the biggest sport back home. Celtic are a great, traditional club. It was not so easy for me in Scotland in general. I didn't really adapt to Scottish football well, but I enjoyed my time there. The physical nature and the pace of the game was a big thing, and many of the teams defended really deep against Celtic, so there was not so much space to run in behind. That's a big part of my game, so that was one thing as well. The Scottish game is not easy, far from it. You don't have so much time on the ball. There are aggressive defenders, but it is good. Every opponent likes to mark closely, so it is not so easy to score. In Germany, there was more space to run into other areas of the pitch. When I played in Germany, there was also a good atmosphere in the games, but this is better at Celtic. It is always nice to get your first goal of the season. It took me some time to get used to the game in Scotland because it was very different. The game is quicker and more physical. You don't get much time on the ball, that's for sure. It is probably better than I thought as well. Of course, I can't be like Gary Hooper or anyone else because I'm me. If I walked down a street back home, people would recognize me, but they wouldn't approach me. I wanted to go somewhere I could be more part of the team and where the coach really trusts me. At Schalke, it wasn't really like that. I played in Germany, which is quite a physical league. You never know what's going to happen in football. Even if you have a contract, you can be sold. I just live life and I do not think about what will happen. I like it in Denmark. The league is very good and all the teams are of a similar standard. Daniel Fark is so good, a manager. He is calm, but he can shout if he thinks I'm not working.